Hello, you guys. How are you tonight? So, I haven't made a, what do you call it, a kaleidoscope cane in forever. So, I thought that's what I would do tonight. So, I got all kinds of colors here. I felt like going for something bright, because it seems like all of my last tutorials have all been basically fall colored and metallic. So, we're going to go bright tonight. So, we have some fuchsia, we have white, ultramarine turquoise with white, purple, blue, and white, and a purple, fuchsia, and yellow. The only thing I'm needing is probably a green that I'm probably going to put in the center of all of this. So I'm going to run all of this into a Skinner blend, and I will come back and show you it when we get the blends already made. So see you in a bit. Alrighty, so we are back. This is just a Skinner blend with the blue, turquoise, and the white. Okay, and we're going to turn this into a fan fold. Actually, I think they're all going to be a fan fold. I'll tell you, this is a bright. Look at this. I almost thought of putting a white strip in there to kind of tone it down, but nope, I wanted to go bright because I was thinking of making some round beads with this on top, whatever it comes out to be, and then maybe make some swirl beads as well. Always thinking ahead. I'm always a season ahead. I love working with fall colors more because I think more people wear fall colors than they do bright colors, but I don't know. I needed a cheer me up cane, right? So I am hooked up right now to a halter machine. I have one for 48 hours, and it's just basically a heart monitor machine because, let's see, where do I start? So about 8 months ago, I started getting just a weird feeling in my chest. It wasn't palpitations or anything like that. It was just kind of like my heart was rumbling, you know, or rolling over. It's just a weird feeling that I had in my chest. So I've been running through some tests for the past couple of months, and the doctor finally put me on a halter. So what it does is it measures your heart rhythm for 48 hours. So I can't use the microwave, I can't sleep on my stomach, I gotta make sure my phone's far away, can't take a shower until it comes off. And yeah, it's just really weird. So I've been trying to have an episode, which I have not felt since I've had it on. And when these happened was when my husband switched his job and he was home more. So I don't know if it was just stress with having him home all the time. But of course, he goes out of town yesterday, alright? Supposed to be home tonight. And of course, though, it's been pretty calm here because I'm just doing what I normally do, right? And then he called earlier today and he says he'll be out of town again until tomorrow. And I'm like, well, dang, I need you here because I'm trying to find out where my heart starts to go wacky. And so I went in the garage. I took the dogs for a really big brisk walk today, and obviously Makita can't walk fast. So I'd go running and then I'd stop and she's way down there, so I'd run back over to her and run back with her, and it was like back and forth and still no episode. So I brought him inside the house when I was done. And here, let me tell you what we're going to do with this really quick. So I'm just going to take this right here and this right here, and we're just going to reduce it, cut, reduce it. So you'll see me do it, but I'm going to make it kind of like a flower petal, okay? So anyways, I went in the garage, and I have a smartwatch, which kind of started everything, because when I started feeling funny, I got a Samsung smartwatch because it does EKGs. Now, whether or not it's very dependable, I don't know, but it seems like everybody is saying that. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do this. Well, that was probably the worst mistake ever, because for somebody with panic attacks, it's not something you really want to be wearing on your wrist. I found out the hard way. I was checking my heart a lot more than I ever would have. Where are we? 1, 2.5, so 1 1/4. But it does EKGs, which I've never had a smartwatch do that before. So basically, it will tell you if you have, well, it doesn't say an irregular heart rhythm. It says detected AFib. So that scared the crap out of me. I've had that a couple times. I'm like, oh, that's not good. My mom had AFib. You know, I don't want AFib. And so I stopped using the watch, okay, because it was just kind of scaring me more than it probably should have. So I got it out today, made sure it was charged, and I ran in place in the garage. I just kept running. Got my heart rate really high. Then I sat down and, you know, didn't really feel an episode, but I hit the button on the halter. So it's basically, here, I'll show it to you. It's in my pocket. So basically, if you feel like an irregular heartbeat or an extra heartbeat or whatever, you press this button, and then down here it'll show a button. So I did that just so they could look right then and there. That's where I'm saying that it happened, even though nothing had happened. But so I use a smartwatch, and I sit there and I'm starting to calm down. It's checking my blood, EKG and all that, and it comes back with a poor recording. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So obviously nothing to record. I don't know why it didn't record, but the watch does it a lot. So I got back up, I ran in place again, and got my heart rate to my target rate, which I think is like 136 or something, and then sat down again and did another one, and again it gave me a poor recording, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. So all of that, and I have not been able to recreate the episodes that I get. So I gave up. So maybe tonight before bed I'll run around the house a couple times and see if I can make it happen, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if somebody has AFib. Is it always? Is it every now and then? You know, because it seemed like from my doctor that everybody really has AFib. You know, they say that, you know, sometimes we have extra beats and stuff like that, so it's normal. So hearing that kind of made me happy, but it still doesn't explain what I needed explained. So anyways, I figured, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to go relax now. And I thought I'd come in here and make a cane. I made 2 videos this week. Neither one of them came out, so I gave up on what I was trying to do and decided to make a kaleidoscope instead. So what I screwed up on was making a cane through the extruder. I'll show them to you really quick. So this is what I did. I just wanted to make a fun black and white veneer, but the black was using blackout. Okay, and it's a great way to use up your black, but to me it can't be used in a cane because it bleeds. The pigment gets all over your hands. It's just messy, and I don't like it. Here's the other cane I did. That's black and white. That's just all the pigment of the blackout, and it makes the clay really squishy and soft, and it's really hard to do anything with them. So if you have blackout, great, color all that scrap clay into black, but just use it for your backings and stuff like that. But when you put it into your canes, it pretty much seems to bleed a lot. And as you can see with the black and white, there's a lot of bleeding going on. And so I scrapped those 2 tutorials and figured we'd start fresh today. So here we are. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. So we'll go right in the middle. Okay, so I'll do this again. And I think I'm going to make this into a petal. So I'm just going to keep doing this until it gets like really thin in between here. So just where it starts to blend. I got earphones in my ear. I don't even know if I'm allowed to wear those. I'm supposed to be away from magnets, and I don't know how far, and who knows. I may have screwed up the whole machine. But good, then I'll have to take the test again, and I'll be able to taste it when he's home. Alright? So I'm going to be so angry if I go in, what's today, Thursday? So I go in tomorrow, I think at 1:30 to return it. And I don't know when they read it or anything like that, but I'm just hoping that it comes out okay. So please everybody say a prayer. I definitely don't want AFib. That's what my mom had, and she had a stroke because of it. Okay. So, oh, I'm going to go at least one more, I think. One or two more. And then we're going to try and make this into 2 petals. I'll probably wrap it with green. And that'll be like our centerpiece for this. I got a dog snoring underneath me. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5. So about 2.5. Should be okay. No, I'm gonna keep going. So this is about the most consuming part of this. So I decided not to pause this so that you could watch the whole process, but you are welcome to forward through all this. Okay, 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to stop after this next one, put it together, and then I'm going to put it aside for now. I'm not going to use any black or white for contrasting colors on this one. I'm just going to leave it alone. So, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go to 5. So now, I don't want to wrap it in purple. I want to wrap it in green or something, just so it's a little brighter. Okay, I'm wondering if I know, I'm thinking here, as you can see. So if I put this together, squish it, what happens if I turned it upside down and squished it this way instead? I think that's what we're gonna do. So we kind of did a little switch here, right? Put it into a petal. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I'll leave this alone, or do I want to finish this before I start anything else? I do want to cover it, so I can go purple all around, but no, I'm gonna do green because I want that brightness. So I'm gonna go get me some more bright pearl green, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so we found some pearl green. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna cut it from this side. This might not be enough to go around it. I just want to see if I want a really thick piece. I do. So, let's see if we can get this a little bit taller. And this is at the thickest setting. Alright, let's go a little more. That was already half a brick. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this into a petal shape. Gosh, I hope this turns out. If not, there's a lot of clay that I'm going to have for swirl beads, right? Or our setting technique. Alright, so we're just going to one of these days I'll be able to make an actual straight line. Alrighty. So let's get this out of our face. And let's go ahead and shape this now. Okay, we want this about 3 inches. So we're a little big on this. But once we get it shaped, we'll go ahead and cut the ends off here. I just want to make sure that I do this and that all the air bubbles are out of it. Okay. Going to cut a little bit off the end. Wow, this would make an absolutely beautiful flower. These are probably one of my favorite two colors together. It's purple and a bright green. Isn't that pretty? This is going to be a huge cane. Okay, so we're gonna shape this just a little better. Wow. So if you want to, you like it, leave it. You can make a flower with this, which would look awesome, which we may have to do that in a flower next time. Same colors. Or you're gonna be like me and you're just gonna keep going here. Oops, okay, well, yeah, that side's not perfect, but it's gonna get cut off anyways, somewhere in this process. Okay, so this is going to be the center of our cane. Just like that. Okay, so now we have this. And I'm gonna make this go from here, filling up that and all the way down. And then this is gonna go all around it, if it works. So, okay, so I want this to be, I want the white to be close to the green. Okay, so this is what we want to do. Squish all this. And I want the white to fit in that little V right there. So I want that to fit in here. Okay. Okay, so that's good. So now we just need to widen it that way. All right. Okay. So we're just going to push it down and stretch. And yeah, I can probably cut this in half, so that's what's probably gonna happen here. So we're almost there. What are we at? We're about 1.5 inches tall. Yep. Okay. So trying to get this 3 inches, and then I'll flatten it down. May not work, but, and I used the wrong side of the blade. No, I didn't. Just a really bad blade here. So now we're just going to stretch this. Okay. And it's just fitting on the inside of the petal. And then this is going to go from the very top of the petal and right there to the bottom. Let's stick that right there. So I'm going to take this at a number 3. And it kind of got sideways on me here. So we're going to make this a little wider, I think. Oh boy, is that bright. Okay, but that's the height we want. So now we just want to stretch it. So we got all the colors of the rainbow in here. Yep, we actually got a little bit of, well, we're missing kind of the orange here, but we're pretty darn close. Okay, so we're there. We just need to make this a little higher. All right. I think something in between there would look pretty awesome. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the edges off and make it a nice clean cut. And then this, I'm going to make the yellow fit over the purple. So we're just going to thin out the edges here so that it's like that. All right. Like that. I do want to cover the top of that, so this is in the inside. Okay, so I think yellow in the middle would look pretty good, but I'm wondering, let me try something really quick here. Oh, that won't give me an even. I don't know. See where I'm going here? Put something like that in there to kind of break it up. Yeah, I gotta think about this for a minute. So I'm gonna do, I may not use this, but I've got some white right here. I've got some fuchsia right here. Definitely need a lot more there. And some yellow. I wonder if I were to make it a spiral. We'll make it a bullseye. I need a little more. Actually, I don't need this much, so I'm going to pull a little bit of the white off. Okay, I'll pull a little bit of pink off. May not use it. I may end up going with a black and white, but I really didn't want to use black and white. But it is an option. So let's run this through really quick. Could add some orange, but I don't know why orange doesn't seem like that's going to be a good fit for this, since this is pretty much a very cool, kind of like a cool feeling cane. Alright, do a couple more. I run it at a number 3, and it seems to make the Skinner blend a little faster. So I'm gonna do about 3 more. There's 2 and 1 more. Okay, I'm just going to run that through at a 3. And on this one, I want the yellow on the outside. Okay. Well, we're going to see how it looks in a minute. So 1.5, 3, 4.5. I'm gonna go to 6 on this. So I'm just gonna kind of stretch all this out here. I'll clean up the ends. So I don't even know if I'm gonna like this or not, but okay. So this, I might have to make a little thinner so I can bend it a little easier. Okay, so we're gonna put this right there over the top of that flower. Okay, this is a little smaller than it should be. Get a little air bubble in there. Do I want to put 4 down there? How about like that? Ta-da! I don't know. I guess we're gonna see how this is gonna turn out, right? But that is what was in my head. So now we've got it out there. It's on, and now we gotta see if it's gonna work. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it like this, and this is what we're going to reduce. So these are going to be the triangle tops. Oh, that's a really, I just love this one. I don't know why. I just really like that one. But I'm not gonna sit and have you guys watch me reduce this, because this is gonna take a bit of time. So basically, just to get it started, okay, what you want to do is you're gonna reduce it this way. And next time, I think I'm gonna go 2 inches long instead of the 1.5. And it might be a little easier to reduce all of it. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. I do like 1.5 to start point, which should mean I would need 6 pieces at 1.5, which should be 9 inches. So when I get to the 9, I will come back and show you what it looks like, and we'll put it together. See you in a bit. Okay, so we are at 10 inches. So we may have to reduce just a little more. This is like the worst part of making a cane. Ooh, I've got white over here that I have no idea where it came from. Oh, that looks horrible. No. I'm sorry, guys. I just saw something I didn't like. So we're going to have to reduce a whole lot more of this. And that's kind of scary, because I don't know where to end this. I don't think I'm going to get it any better than that. Alright, something didn't work right. So it was the blue. I made that white so big as a triangle for it to fit in there, and boy, you can really tell. Well, darn. None of this is coming out the way it should. And I honestly don't want to destroy this. I'm going to go 1.5 just to look. Okay, I'm going to try and put it back together here. Alright, so we're going to have to leave it like that. Well, darn. It might not be as bad as I think it is, but yeah, that's one thing about making a cane is you just never know. You just never know. So I'm going to get this back to 9 inches so we can cut 6 pieces out of it. And try and put that back together as we go. Okay, looks pretty even. Yeah, this is like the worst part of the cane. You either cut it out and it looks really cool, or something went wrong, and something somewhere definitely went wrong. Ugh. So, just too much white in there. So, it might not look that bad when I put it all together, but if you're asking me, I don't think it's as perfect as I would like it, but I guess that's just the name of the game. Okay, so turn you over like that. Okay, and this one's going to go like that, and that one's going to go like that. And then that one is going to have to go here. All right. Oops. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's going to go like that. It's nothing worse than putting it all together and finding out one of your sides is a little wrong. Okay, so this one's not as tall as the rest of them. So it's not too bad, but I'll show you, if you haven't found it yet, where the screw up is. So this wasn't even all the way across, so you've got some light white and then you've got a lot right there. So hopefully after cutting it a little bit more, it might show up where it's supposed to. We're going to find out in a minute. Okay, so there's what we got. Not too bad, but not quite what I was expecting. So let me go ahead and reduce this, and then I'll show you what it looks like reduced. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so we are done. So this is our final cane. I made a couple different sizes. It actually doesn't look too bad now that it's all reduced and stuff like that. Okay, and I even cut 2 really thin pieces, nice, and made this cute little round bead. It's probably like a 12 to 14 millimeter. It's a little big. But I just took 2 thin slices, put one on the bottom, one on the top, and connected them. Okay, so you can make a really cute little bright bead like that. Or you can take it right there in the center and go straight down and make it like a puffy bead. Okay, ooh, well, the bottom doesn't look all that great, but so you can do all kinds of things with this one. Or let's take one. Let's take a small one. And I'm not going to make it really thin, maybe about 2 millimeters. Yeah, you know I'm going to make a swirl, right? Yeah, unfortunately with these things, I don't make enough to sell because I don't make my canes so big because I never know how they're going to turn out. So if I do sell these, I might have one, usually about 2 inches. I can probably have 2 of these. So maybe this week if I make a couple more flowers and stuff, I'll have some new canes to put up there. So I'm just going to set this right here on one side. Actually, let's go on the pointy edge right here. Okay, so just on the bottom. You can do it top and bottom. I'm just doing the bottom. Okay, we're just going to round this out. Okay, and then I'm going to actually start with the nothing on top. Just the regular yellow on top. And that's what we're going to swirl the bottom into. That is, if I can find my little, there it is, my little swirler. Doesn't look quite so clean, but let's move this over. Okay, we're just going to take it from the top like this. And we're going to swirl it until some of that color on the side reaches the top. Okay, so there it is on the bottom. And see how it's kind of sinking into the yellow? Just watch. Yeah, I know, I'm not parallel. Somebody told me that the other day and I realized that. I'm not sitting really well. So let's see if we can get it even now. Okay. So we're just going to make big circles to get that right back into a round shape. There we go. Okay, and I know you're looking and going, okay, well, your colors are gone. We're going to keep going. Oh, don't tell me it's not going to work this time. I know it's going to work. Just that 1 second of moving it. And it kind of disappeared on me here. Sorry. But it's coming back. The perils of making clay beads. Okay, I want this that we've been on is this one. It's got this one little dot up here. Oh my gosh, I just cannot swirl this even tonight. I know this works really well with pearl, so maybe it has to do with the pearl clay, but I'm going to keep trying and seeing if that color will end up coming back out. Because it's in there. But I don't know why I'm having such a hard time being parallel tonight. Okay, I've got both of my hands right here. Usually doesn't take this long. And again, it might be just something that happens with pearl clay, because I'm not getting it back. It's right there, I can see it. It's coming, but it's not going to be sharp, if that makes sense. So the colors are coming back out again, but they're going to be really muted. Let's see. So you can keep playing with it and the colors will come back, but no, I don't like that. So we're going to try one more. And well, that was aggravating. See, this one's big, this one's big. I wanted to make this a little smaller. I don't want to keep you guys here forever. So let me go ahead and just cut this right here. I lost another blade. Underneath everything. So I'm going to cut this at 2 inches. Cut this at 2 inches. And I'm just going to use the end piece right here. So there's 1 and 2. Alright, and we're just going to lay that right there. So we'll see. Okay, make sure I'm even this time. 2, 3, 6. So there's 20 revolutions. Two, three. Okay, I'm gonna go a couple more. Those are going to be some bright beads. And there you go. Okay, so let's put it on a thing that you can see it actually. So we've got that, and we've got our flower king. So if you guys want me to do another video, but making this into a flower, let me know in the comments. And for everybody else, if you wouldn't mind liking, sharing the video, or even just liking it, I'd appreciate it. If you don't like it, you can unlike it too. That's all up to you. But that's it for tonight. So it actually didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to be. I guess once you put it all together, it actually doesn't look so bad. And that was actually fun to make. So now we got some bright colors to play with. And we will talk to you next time around. See you then. Bye.